Hey everybody, it's Becky Pearson with Pivot Point of View. Pivot Point Performance is the new LLC that I've formed to encompass all of the things that I've been up to lately, including the assisted stretching that we've added to our program here lately. So that's what I want to talk about today, like stretching. Why is stretching alone sometimes not enough to get you to where you want to go in your goals? And so oftentimes I hear this from people. They say, I hurt, but I stretch and I stretch all the time, and it just doesn't seem to improve my pain. And so why is that? So a lot of times when we have tight muscles, those tight muscles pull our body out of alignment. Then they say, well, I went to the chiropractor, but it also just seems to last for a short amount of time and I don't ever get better. I always have to go back. So again, stretching alone or stretching in chiropractic hasn't been enough to get them to where they can overcome their pain. So what needs to change? So I like to talk to people about the fact that yes, we need to stretch tight muscles, but we also need to strengthen weak muscles. And so our body is made so that when one muscle is on or tight or contracted all the time, the muscle that's opposite of it is inhibited or weak or turned off. Okay. So if you think about your back muscles being on all the time, what are the set of muscles that are opposite of that? It's your abdominal muscles. Okay. So if we fight to get good abdominal tone, part of that is because our back muscles are on. Sometimes our back muscles are on all the time because of the position that our pelvis is in. So it sounds really complicated, but really when you know the right things to do to improve the situation, it can really be a game changer for you. So ways that we can help with that at Pivot Point is you come to us, we do a functional movement screen, and then we figure out where you are weak, where you are tight, and what we need to do to get better. And so oftentimes I see people are very tight in the backside of their hips, and I see this through limited hip internal rotation, and that translates usually to back pain, hip pain, knee pain, and then their pelvis tips forward because of that. So then they kick in their back muscles in order to stand upright, and then their head comes forward and their shoulders round. And so then they get upper back and neck tension. And it is this snowball effect that just keeps them in this painful pattern that never goes away. So we can help by first identifying those areas that you're tight and that you need help stretching and teach you how to stretch them. We also can do dry needling to help with the muscle tension. And so it sounds kind of counterproductive, but when the needle pierces the tight muscle, it actually stimulates a chemical reaction that helps the muscle relax. And then we do manual assisted stretching of those tight areas afterwards, and the results have been phenomenal for people. We follow that up with a prescribed exercise program that is designed just for you and the issues that you have going on so that you have carryover long after you leave my clinic. It's very easy to do. You just have to decide that, stretching isn't cutting it for me. So I need to get a little help. It doesn't mean you need to come to see me 2 to 3 times a week for 6 weeks like traditional PT. Oftentimes I do an evaluation, we do a treatment, and I can get people better and on the right track within 2 to 3 to 4 visits. And usually those visits can be spread out once a week, once every couple weeks, even once a month for a while. So depending on how dedicated you want to be with your home program really dictates how often you need to come. And we find that it is really saving people money in the long run because they aren't having to go to town to physical therapy 3 times a week for 6 weeks, or, they don't have to go as frequent to pay high deductibles, high copays. And so we really are saving money in these regards as well. And it also saves money in less trips to the chiropractor, less trips to the doctor, but it really does require dedication on your part to do the stuff that you need to do to get yourself better. So if stretching alone just hasn't been working for you, get a hold of us. We can help you navigate through this and get you over the hump so that you start feeling better and you're getting back to doing the things that you love to do. So until next time, as always, let your health be the pivot point to your success.